Probably the hardest question and probably the hardest thing to go through with is when is it time to go in a relationship? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Danye BC2. And before you do anything, please hit that subscribe button and like because I'm trying to get things going. The goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. So I appreciate everybody who helped me along this way. And so let's get into it. When is it time to go in a relationship? And this video is going to be more aimed toward my men because a majority of my audience is men. So I feel like we need to hit on certain topics. So, number one is I truly believe that the biggest power, and I want y'all to really listen to this because I feel like this is the most important thing you're going to hear from this video, and that a lot of y'all do not really understand. Literally the biggest thing power wise as a man that you have in a relationship is the ability to leave or the ability to walk away. I hope you really understand that. The biggest power you have. And a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people actually tell their girl the weakness. Literally, if your biggest power is to walk away, but you tell your girl, and I see this all the time, that I love you no matter what. I see this all the time of men saying that they'll never leave, never do these things to their girl. And you're not realizing that you're hurting your relationship more. And the reason you're hurting your relationship more is as soon as a girl gets comfortable, as soon as a girl truly believes that you're not going nowhere or not doing nothing, they do not respect you. They do not respect you. Because think about it. If you, as a man, have you had a girl that you knew that she wasn't going to cheat, or that you knew that she just loved you to death and that you knew you wasn't going to lose her? Think about a situation, think about a friend that was in a situation, think about even if it was yourself, that you knew this girl wasn't going to leave no matter what. How did you respect, how high was your respect level for her? When you really was comfortable and knew that she wasn't going nowhere, did you mind crossing the line sometimes, or did you mind disrespecting her sometimes just because you want to see what your power is like? We're humans. People want to see how far they can go. They want to push the boundaries. So whenever a person is so comfortable to where they think you're not going nowhere, what is really holding them back from respecting you to the utmost? What's holding it back? And I know a lot of people truly believe that if I'm a good person, if I show that I love you this much, if I show that I'll do whatever and I'm caring so much that it's the same level of love and respect should be given back. In a perfect world, that's what should happen. And I think that's what a lot of people strive for, but it's not reality. It is not reality. And so I want to get into when is it time to leave? But I really wanted to throw that gem at y'all. Understand that a man's ability to leave is the biggest flex because it keeps a girl on their toes. It keeps the girl looking over her shoulder, wanting to do better, wanting to show the man that she's willing to do what it takes for him to stay. And so before we really dive into more of this, let's talk about some red flags. We need to discuss the red flags. If a girl puts her hands on you or consistently yells at you, yells in a disrespectful way, you gotta let her go. You got to let her go. It's not going to work. And it's not a life I don't think you want to be part of. And I know I hear this all the time. or it's going to happen if you're in a relationship. Not if you set boundaries from the beginning. Like, personally, oh, I'm not for that. No, 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 no. If any hands were put on me or anything like that, because I ain't gonna lie, like, we're starting to become a equal country. Girls are trying to fight for equality. You know what I'm saying? So you put your hands on me, I ain't promising you that nothing's going to get thrown back, but I don't want to be in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So let's not put our hands on nobody. And you're not going to put your hands on nobody, or you're not going to be with me. Like, that's a no-go. So I feel like, as a man, definitely a time to leave in a relationship. If somebody puts your hands on you, or if they just like yelling at you all the time, or just disrespecting you to that point to where, I mean, you who wants to deal with that? So that's the red flags, and we're going to get that out the way. Now, when you feel like you're stuck or not progressing in a relationship, I feel like that's one way that you can justify leaving. If you feel like a girl is not, that's the thing, she doesn't personally have to do things to help you progress, but if you feel that you've been in the same spot, you've been in the same pocket, you're not getting to that next level, or you feel like personally you can't get to that next level with this person being by you, you gotta go. You gotta go, because then you're gonna just find yourself stuck and trapped doing the same stuff, acting the same way, and not progressing in life. And the last thing you want to be is stuck and not progressing. So if a woman, you feel like you in the next 5 to 10 years, you don't see yourself leveling up, and you don't see her also leveling up with you, because it can't be one way level up. Like, nah, yeah, I mean, you might have to leave that to the side. But if you really truly think that you can level up with this woman, then okay, stay. But if not, you got to let her go. At the end of the day, you got to look out for yourself. Like, you come first. And as a man, I understand that you care about taking care of others. It's just in your nature. You don't want to lead a woman because you don't want to put her by herself. You know what I mean? Maybe you might have kids with a woman, so you don't want to leave her, you know what I mean, with the kids and things like that. So you feel like you have to stay. At the end of the day, you have to put yourself first. You have to, because it's yourself. That's the person you go to sleep with. That's what's the thoughts in your mind. That's your mental health. That's what's going to make you happy and keep on going in life. So don't stay stuck. The second thing is respect. Respect, respect, respect. The biggest thing a man wants or yearns for is respect. And if a woman's not giving you that, you have to leave. And you got to see the red flags early on. You got to see those signs early on. I know everybody goes through that honeymoon phase in the first 6 months to where you ignore everything. You might see something, ignore it. You might see this, I'll give it a benefit of the doubt, or I don't feel like arguing today. No, you got to hit it on the knob early on. You got to go through problems, and you have to actually figure out those problems and not ignore them. Like, you have to. Like, example, right? I felt a certain way about a situation that happened with me and my girl, to where I needed an apology. I needed one. I felt like I deserved one. I felt like, you know what I mean, she disrespected me to a way that I just needed an apology. So I told myself that that's what I want, and that's what I'm gonna get, because if I don't get this apology now, maybe in the future she won't apologize, or maybe in the future she's gonna think this behavior is okay. And so, even though it was hard, because fighting with women is hard, you gotta deal with the arguing, you gotta deal with the upset, or, you know what I mean, it might be a week where you get no play. It might be a week where you get no play. It's real in the field. You know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta stay on your 10, because it's gonna help you in the long run. And You know what I mean? You're not doing it to be an asshole. You're not doing it because you're really trying to just get one up on her or want to get that power feel. You're doing it because you don't want to keep feeling like you're being disrespected in a relationship that you want to take long term. So that's an example for that. And then the last thing I'm gonna talk about is, if you don't see this woman being your wife, you got to go. You're wasting time. Like, I don't know. I think like when you get to a certain age, the young people, okay. If you under 26, then have fun. You might think you found a wife, but a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, stuff doesn't end up working out because you just aren't there yet. You might not be ready, you might not be knowledgeable, you might just be in it for the fun and not really see the long-term benefits of things. But when you get to, let's say, over 26, and a majority of my audience is over the ages of 26, um, it's time to start looking for that wife. And if you've been in a relationship for, let's say, 6 months and you're like, I don't know, or nah, I don't see myself being with her for the next 10 years, it might be time to go. You're wasting time. Like, you could be just working on yourself because now you're putting energy, you're putting money, you're putting resources, you're putting time into a woman that isn't going to be there when it's time to go. So now you're losing money. You're wasting more time that you can put in yourself into progressing and getting further. So understand what woman you want, understand the woman that you need, and find that wife or the girl that you have. If you think that's going to be your wife in the future, keep her. But if not, you gotta let her go. Like, it's time to start doing better things. But yeah, so listen, that's all I got. I just wanted to get on here and rant, talk a little bit about when is it time to go. And I feel like I said, this is the hardest conversation. This is the hardest thing to actually go through with, to actually break up with a female and say it's done. Oh man, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I hope this video helps y'all maybe pull the plug if need be, or make y'all think, okay, let's start taking stuff more serious. So please, again, hit that like and subscribe button. Roll to 1,000 subscribers on the way. And if you're feeling generous, I know y'all see. Hold up, I know y'all see this Cash App. Slide something to your boy. I mean, I'll appreciate it. I mean, I paid a lot for this equipment, so any donations is definitely appreciated. But see y'all in the next video, and peace.